From Michael Jordan to Tiger Woods, it isn't uncommon for top athletes to sign an endorsement deal with a major brand. And when Roger Federer left Nike for Uniqlo, it was a huge deal. So what happened? Let's talk about the real reason behind Federer switching sides. When Federer made the decision to hang up his tennis racket at the age of 41, he did so as one of the most influential figures to have ever played the game. He was dominant on the court, winning a staggering 20 Grand Slam singles titles between 2003 and 2018. And he spent a total of 310 weeks at the top of the men's rankings during the course of his career. But what really made Federer stand out was his marketability, both on and off the court. He had a lucrative sponsorship portfolio that made him one of the highest-paid athletes in the world. Even when he didn't play a single ATP Tour event, he was estimated by Forbes to have made pre-tax gross earnings of $90.7 million. One aspect of Federer's marketability that's explored in a new book, The Roger Federer Effect, is his sponsorship deal with Nike. Federer had been with the sportswear giant for many years, and he even had his own signature line of shoes and clothing with Nike, which was a testament to the close relationship the two shared. But in 2018, Federer made a shocking move by leaving Nike and signing with the Japanese clothing brand Uniqlo.
Like Uniqlo is wonderful because I think as you grow older, it's such a nice feeling to be able to give back.
So why did he make the switch? Well, it's all about the details. So let's dive deeper into his relationship with Nike. They had what you may call contractual disagreements. Since 1994, Federer had been working with Nike and had signed several contracts with the sportswear giant. As you might expect, the value of these contracts increased over time, with the most recent one being worth around $10 million per year over a 10-year span. However, as Federer's last Nike contract approached its end, the company was unable to put together an attractive enough deal to keep him on board. Rumors had been circulating for some time that Federer was planning to sign with Uniqlo, and he finally confirmed the move by wearing their gear on the Wimbledon court. His white polo with a stand-up collar prominently featured Uniqlo branding on the chest and sleeve. According to insiders, the Uniqlo deal was worth a stunning $30 million per year, which is triple what he was making with Nike. It's not hard to see why Federer decided to make the switch, especially since the new contract also covers a 10-year span. Some analysts were surprised that Uniqlo signed Federer to a deal that could extend beyond his playing years, especially since he was already 36 years old at the time. But Uniqlo clearly saw Federer as a valuable asset whose influence and style could continue to grow in the coming years.
I could only think of tennis and nothing else when I first started. Once I began taking time for myself, that's when I truly started winning.
After all, Federer has always been known as one of the most fashionable and stylish pro athletes out there, and Uniqlo is confident that they can leverage his image to their advantage for a long time to come. But it wasn't that simple to move on from Nike, and its looming specter would still haunt Federer in one way for a long time to come: the RF logo. On the surface, his Uniqlo deal seemed like a total win. He tripled his endorsement income with one swift move and secured a steady stream of income even after his playing days ended.
The logo has evolved. So the beginning was more a personal statement, and then it became more of a logo for the fans.
But complications were bound to ensue, and boy, did they ever. The trouble had to do with Federer's beloved RF logo, which adorned all of his Nike sportswear. As we all know, the logo pays homage to Federer's initials. But here's the catch: Nike still owns the rights to the logo, which means it can't be used on any Uniqlo gear. At first, Federer expressed his hope that Nike would grant him the rights to his logo, but Nike still hasn't budged on the issue. It's a tricky situation to be sure. Federer has a strong emotional attachment to his logo, and it's become synonymous with his image and brand. As of now, he continues to wear Uniqlo clothing without the logo. But it's important to note that Federer has expressed his desire to use the logo in the future, so it's possible that negotiations between him and Nike may continue. With that aside, Nike's suffered as well. The face of male tennis wasn't theirs to endorse anymore. So let's take a look at how Nike has been coping with their losses. A former Nike tennis director has recently broken his silence about just that. In the world of tennis, it's a common practice for the key players to rent houses near the All England Club during Wimbledon for meetings. This is a place where athletes can have a safe haven and just relax without anyone asking for pictures. Nike's tennis director for 29 years, Mike Nakajima, said that Roger Federer was particularly comfortable in the Nike house. He would come over and make himself a sandwich with ham and cheese and watch Wimbledon on TV. As fate would have it, the Nike house on Arthur Road was practically neighbors with the Federers in 2016, and it became their second home during the championships. The house had an indoor pool and a tennis court in the back, which was in terrible condition. But they ended up resurfacing the court, putting the Nike swoosh on it, and everything was cool. Federer's wife Mirka and their nanny would take the kids swimming, and Roger would play tennis with them. Nakajima even saw Federer feeding balls to his kids, and one of the boys asked him to get off the court so they could play. He first met Federer when he was 13 years old, and he immediately noticed that Federer was naturally charismatic, spoke well, and knew he was going to be great. But to Nakajima, Federer owes a fair bit of his success to Nike. Let's see why. Nike's marketing machine made Federer a lot bigger. Nike can bring a ton of exposure to an athlete, and Federer's success as a star is a testament to that. Nakajima also added that you still need to be successful on the court, though. He won a few US Opens. That opened many people's eyes.
Oh, it's just too good. Once more, all the skill sets on display. Can live with Thiem from the back of the court. All of a sudden,
but Federer's partnership with Nike wasn't just about athletic gear. The Swiss star became a fashion icon, and Nike helped him to break into the world of high-end fashion. Roger got into fashion, meeting Anna Wintour of Vogue, doing photo shoots for GQ, Nakajima said. Federer even turned Wimbledon into his own personal runway, sporting a variety of stylish outfits on the court. So, it was a shock to many when Federer left Nike in 2018 to join Japanese retailer Uniqlo. For Nakajima, it was a bitter pill to swallow. That should never have happened, he said. For us to let somebody like that go, it's an atrocity. Federer was among the greatest Nike athletes of all time.
oh, come on! The maestro conducting another winner.
Alongside Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Tiger Woods. Nakajima expressed disappointment that Federer left Nike in 2018, but acknowledges that it was not his decision and he has to move on. Still, Federer could have continued making money with Nike. I mean, Jordans still sell, right?
They all understood who I was. My mentality was to go out and win.
But despite the split, Federer's partnership with Uniqlo has been successful. He's become an investor in the Swiss performance footwear company On and promoted their shoes. And as Nakajima said, I'm sure everything works out for a reason. Not sure about myself, but it definitely worked out for Federer. And that'll have to do it today for the real reason Roger Federer left Nike for Uniqlo.